Hey guys, is Eric.
This is Glenda.
We are D&E Miniature and Board Games. So, for those of you who've been with us for a while, you saw the unboxing and playthrough, and I believe we did a review of the first Lobotomy. This is Lobotomy 2, Manhunt.
Cool.
Dun dun.
We'll find out what the 2 has to offer.
Stay tuned. So, Lobotomy 2, Manhunt, it is compatible with Lobotomy 1, but you had to get the upgrade packs. Apparently you can't use the same map tiles and all that.
Of course. That's the way to do it. Gotta make sure you buy a second one.
Now, the first Lobotomy had a little bit of problem because the rulebook wasn't really friendly, I guess we'll say. But you could print a one-up off of a Board Game Geek that assisted you in being able to learn how to play and everything. Now, this time I know that they released the rule books and stuff to the people that had backed the game so they could read it ahead of time. You guys at home know I don't ever do that, so while we're going through this, I cannot tell you how to play the game. This is just showing you the product.
I think they already know.
You would be surprised. So, you have something called the Daily Nightmare. And these look like, the scenarios and the map tiles. Now, if I remember correctly, one of the things we had a problem with last time too was that, I can't remember if the maps were too dark or that the things that you got to go on the maps, the tokens and things, you couldn't differentiate between the map and the tokens. Alright. And the rule book, which is got some, oh, there's a scenario book, so I don't know. I don't remember. Alright, so, gives you a good of how to set up the game. Character area, which is, you know, when you're playing, explains the maps. Now, without actually going through and reading this, you know, I can't tell you if it's easy to play or if it's, you know, not. I know with the new rule book that you got off Board Game Geek, we had a pretty good time with the first Lobotomy. I don't think that you actually played the first Lobotomy. I don't remember you playing it. I think that was Chris and Don and I that played it that night. Wow. That's a thick scenario book.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is thick. It's real Lobotomy. Get your mind ready.
You have to excuse Glenda. I think she's looking forward to Costco.
No. I'm looking forward to lobotomy. Like, lobotomize your brain.
Alright, so there is map tiles and tokens here. So we'll do the normal flip. They are double-sided tokens. Does look like the interactive parts of it are looks a little more defined than they did in the last game. And then we come into the map tiles. What does that look like? About a 3x3 inch? Yeah, because this is a 12x12, so about 3x3 inch squares.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently we're going to hell!
Right. That's what you're
Some
gonna
pentagrams.
have. Mm-hmm.
Now these are reminiscent probably of the thickness of maybe the first zombie side tiles.
Mm-hmm. So is this after you played to feel dirty?
I don't know.
Or during?
Now, from the very first Lobotomy, I remember it had a very sucker punch feeling.
Mm-hmm. Well, because that's what it is.
Well, plastic. And plastic. Mm-hmm. And what else is in here? I see some... Oh, okay. So we're going to put the plastic off to the side, because we know that's what y'all want to see, so we're going to... Mm-hmm. We'll do that. you'll get your 360-degree views. So they give us some bags for probably for the tokens and stuff like that. I always like that when they give you bags. And then we got some other baggies here.
Ouch. Just.
Let me just hand that to you.
So I got something to do.
Alright, so we have lots of cards. Let's go through this one. Now, I will say that right off the bat, Glenda, who does this remind you of?
Oh, Mr. White.
Heisenberg!
Mr. White. Haha, that's right. That's awesome.
Now, these are your character cards. They are double-sided. And then we have the boss monsters. So we'll keep all these guys together. John Wick.
Oh, okay. He's Wicked Jimmy.
Can you imagine being chased by a toddler with a gun on a tricycle?
It's all in your mind, Eric. It's all in your mind.
Okay. Now, I'm sure in Inferno and in some of the other editions that we have, you'll have some other characters that you can play in this game. And the first edition stuff, you will be able to play. You had to get the adaptation sets, and they come sometime else in, it's like a wave 2. I had to look it up today because I couldn't figure out why I didn't have mine. But that's what you get when you don't read updates ever. Alright, so I've got a dragging blood stain here.
Alright, we are on cards.
Kind of looks like that.
I know, it's all tokens I'm seeing here. Hang on for a second. Okay, let's go to cards. Alright, so how does it look like? With the hat. This guy. 18 Hunt track event cards.
There's got to be some more in here, but you got Arrest Warrant, Aura of Insanity, Fire at Will, Frenzy, Hunting Pack, Imminent Threat, and It's Quiet. Too quiet. Pretty sure that's not all of them. Kind of looks like there's some more in here. I mean, if we can get all of those done at once. Oh, yeah, there's some more. And then you have Still Quiet is Too Quiet, It's Quiet is Too... Wow, a lot of It's Quiet, Too Quiets. Police Raid. Primal Instinct, Run with the Wolves, Sound of the Police, Supporting Fire, and The Hunt is Getting Closer. Now, what were those called again?
Those are the Hunt track event cards.
Well, maybe we should see what the Wendigo boss cards... So I wonder if we have boss cards for every evil character. I would assume. Story event cards. Just let you take a look and see what those look like. Because I'm probably something that, as the story unfolds, you read the next card and the next card. And, we want to keep that a surprise.
Yes. So
especially just like the intro.
Know what's gonna happen.
The intro scenario cards. Disorder? Schizophrenia. Just so you guys get a basic idea of what these look like. We're not going to flip every single one out. There's differences throughout the deck, and there's probably some similarities, but just so Disorder OCD. difficulty modifiers. First medication time. One man's junk. So many of them. Touch enough. Time flies slowly. And a matter of speed. Daily nightmare scenarios. Oh.
More.
When triggering this scenario, read DN6-A. When you are first about to attack the guards on the skull, read DN6-B. So for each scenario, it tells you which cards you got to read and at which order and when they happen. So the setup for this is probably time-consuming, shall we say?
Mm-hmm. Looks like it.
More disorder OCDs. Disorder, anxiety, neurosis. Because they're all insane in this game. Disorder, aggression. Okay. So, it's just like the other disorder cards. It gives you the general idea of what you have to do, what can happen with different dice, so on and so forth. And you've already seen some of the OCD ones. Attachment issues, aversion to pain. Use before monsters attack to ignore. Spend one of the circular things to move one with the not seeing eye. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out the emblems as we're looking at this. Equipment. Do we have more than just... Yeah, we do. Go. Okay. So we have equipment. We have basic equipment. We have weapons. And basic weapons. And what's all in here? Elite monsters.
More
Ordering.
cards.
Hold on a second.
I didn't see that.
What's that?
Those cards. Oh yeah, I see the basic equipment cards, which are already pulled. Weapon cards.
These are more story event cards with the... tells you where to go, when to do, what's happening in the storyline. So, like we said, we don't ruin any surprises with that one. Then you have the Orderly and the Hellhound card. I'm assuming probably basic creatures.
Is that basic
That's probably
monster
these guys,
cards and 9 boss monster cards.
Alright, so we have the Elite Monster cards, which is the Shroom Zombie, the State
36
Trooper,
Elite, okay.
Yuri, Zombie Soldier, Mambo Genie, Cultist, and, well, Daddy's Boy.
Daddy's Boy.
Alright, so we have basic weapons and basic equipment, which I'm assuming that, as normal with basic stuff, that's usually what your characters start out with. Straight jackets. You're already seeing where this is going, folks. And broken glass. And a sling. And a spell scroll. Okay. So that's your basic equipment and basic weapons right there. So we'll look at weapons, because you can go onto the Amazon Spear, the ancient mace.
Archaeologist. Whip.
Battle cross.
Black wand. Can't see.
Body piece.
Body piece. Brutality blade. See, this is a really bloody.
Ooh, the Flail of Seven Sins.
What is this?
Elfin bow. You forgot your
Double
glasses,
guns.
didn't you?
Double guns.
You can get an M16.
And lobotomy spike. Ooh.
The monkey staff. The Sword of Light looks like a lightsaber, not the Sword of Light. If you're a Thundar fan, that is not the Sword of Light. Lords of Light. So basic equipment cards. Gives you some basic equipment.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, memory. And I think we could just flip these spawn cards.
5 hours later, we're still...
No, we are 17 minutes in.
They got so much.
And that's just in the base game. So, this is the different bosses and characters, basically. Yeah. And we're to the plastic.
In which they're seeing the 360 by now?
Probably not, because we haven't started pulling them out yet.
No, they are seeing it.
Look at these guys.
Simultaneous.
Look at these guys. Wow, we've seen him in Undead or Alive already this last couple weeks, haven't we?
Oh my god. These are the creatures in your mind.
Well, in the crazy people's minds. I canceled for that. The criminally insane in Lobotomy's minds.
Crazy people is not bad. I mean, a lot of that, it's a fact.
Yeah. Stick that there for now. Alright. So, these are, you have the state troopers. What did they call these? Where was it? The Hellhounds?
That's cute.
And the Orderly with the tentacles coming out.
Oh god, this is scary. Ugh.
So these are the three basic that you're going to come up against. That's obviously what the spawn pack is for. And then you have a few other characters in here. Oh, hey! Tricycle with gun.
Oh yeah, the one that's on the card.
The first
The
Lobotomy,
kid.
if I remember correctly, one of the add-ons was a giant tire. And I had to ask them. I said, "What the heck is a giant tire?" They're like, "Oh, it's from a B-rate horror flick where a
In the
tire was chasing and killing people." And I'm like,
That makes sense though.
now I remember Lobotomy was actually one of my first Kickstarters. What the? Is that a two-headed? No. And then we have the characters that we saw. And, you know, as norm, at least they went ahead and they are a different color. Ooh. You're gonna play Heisenberg, aren't you? Yeah, I know it's not John Wick, but come on. It's a guy with a gun that looks like John Wick and is carrying a dog. They really, I like the characters though. And when we get the conversion set, we'll be able to use the characters from Sucker Punch. What was her, Baby Doll or whatever her name was. Alright, so that's the first box, right? We also got extra dice.
More dice, the better.
Which is really funny, because do you remember seeing dice in here?
Then, no. Oh, yeah, there you go.
It was underneath everything. Alright, so you have dice, but as any gamer knows, when you're playing with other people, who likes to sit there and put dice across the board? So, extra dice so that everybody can kind of have their own little pile sitting by them. They're colorful. They look well imprinted. Sure you guys have seen an up close of these. Did you just flick them? Yeah.
Make sure it works.
Alright, we'll throw the dice over there. So, Inferno was the expansion that came with the pledge. You could get the pledge with the Manhunt, you could get the pledge with Inferno, and you could get the pledge with the extra character packs. And expansion for Lobotomy. And obviously you get contents, how to use this expansion, what you do with the expansion, why you do it with the expansion. Okay. Alright, so the expansion doesn't have near as many counters and tiles as the original. But there is a lot of plastic in there.
There it is.
Now, I will say for those that like to you keep all their boxes and everything in the boxes, the inserts on these have actually been really good looking.
You can you just use it, actually. You don't need to buy plastic stuff.
Unless you don't have a lot of room in your game room. Then you got to condense it all down to a box and buy plastic stuff. Okay. I just want to try and keep it separate because it looks like you have to have new rules to play this expansion. Alright.
No surprises.
No surprises. Silicone pack. Those are always nice to just throw away. So, let's see here. We have cards. So, Darius Sticks, Melanie Sanders, Ronnie Reddington, and then you have the Anti-Pope. I have no clue.
Bob Paul, what? Is it BA?
But this is Cerebus.
Baphomet. Boss Monster is a... Okay.
So you're even doing it. I don't know. Okay, disorder possession. More weapons. More equipment. Cards. Spawn. Quest. Alright. So, Hell's Firefighter. Objective, extinguish 5 Hellfires. Completion bonus if there is a quest not reassigned. So you have different quests here that you can try to accomplish. And then we have the spawn cards, just like we did with the other set. It gives you the spawns for your basics, which is what these cards here go: the Fallen Angel, the Imp, and the Lost Soul. Which I'm going to try and continue to keep these together. You have Disorder of Possession, which is like what we saw with the, what was some of the other ones, Glenda? Do you remember? Disorder, anxiety, neurosis, and stuff.
You're just gonna mix them all up, is that what you're saying?
No, I'm trying not to mix them up.
Oh, not to mix them up.
I've made that mistake and had to go and re-separate expansions
because they cannot. I mean,
I don't know. I have to look.
Isn't expansion supposed to be? You should be able to.
On some things, yes, but I'm not sure if everything. That's why I don't want to mix it up. I'm sure the equipment and the weapons you can. But then again, I'd rather look it up because I've seen where sometimes you can't even mix weapons and equipment. Alright, we'll get to your excitement. The plastic. It's the plastic.
It's beautiful. No, it's actually beautiful. Pretty good.
It's like an archangel.
Whoa. This has movements.
And then you have your the 3 characters. It's like your religious zealot.
No.
He's like, no.
No.
Need Windex. For you family guys. Alright. And the other 2 that we saw. You know, like the demon and like a banshee.
It's so scary. It's nice. He's nice.
And by now you've seen the 360-degree views of all these characters that are coming out. Hopefully. So, we'll do Villain Ward first. This is a character pack for Lobotomy 2. You have Villain Ward, Legacy Ward, Jazzy Ward, Criminally Insane, and then Hell Level.
The hell level's bigger. It's such a hell level.
It could be hellacious. Okay. Huh. Well, you have Robbie Queen. Margot Robbie. You have Nick Smiles. And you have Danny Pecker. Now, I wonder whose characters those take after.
I don't know about the Nick Smiles.
Nick Smiles? Joker. And Penguin.
I know, yeah, I know this, but...
And then you have 3 characters.
Wonderful. The likeness of all these characters.
And the Jazzy Ward.
I wonder who the Jazzy ones are.
I don't know. There's only one way to find out.
Let's open it.
There's so many silicone packs in this thing.
They make sure each box has one.
Wow. So, do you think we can figure them out? Oh, I know what this one is. Leonardo Bertavani? Jazza? And Diego Salvador. I mean, I knew Bob Ross.
I know, right? You're not going to miss it.
And look, he's even got his big hair.
But he has a big paintbrush. Uh, so did you figure out who Jess is?
Who is?
Jess?
I haven't figured out any of them.
Diego Salvador. We don't know. We just said we will, but we didn't.
I never said I would. You did.
I did. What's up with the we? Only with the I did it. All right. Criminally insane.
Criminally insane. One looks like Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz already. Okay, criminally insane. Silicone pack, number 356. Oh. Okay, so we got William Ashmore. Ash. Lisa Letigo? Frozen? Lavanya Tincrow. Wizard of Oz. Pirates of the Caribbean. Harry Potter. Harold Thunderscar. And Gwen Estros, well...
Gwen.
No.
Is Game of Thrones.
Uh-huh.
I know what
Brianna
you're
Tarth?
saying.
I was waiting for you to say Brianna Tarth.
But her name is Gwen here, so but she's Brianna in Game of Thrones. I mean, you know, she's not, but she is.
I like the Frozen one is nice. Well, she's got a big sword. And she's taller.
She is. That's how she looks like.
The Pirates of the Caribbean one. With his rum and everything. Alright, so we got Legacy Ward and Hell Level.
Okay, let's find out who's in Legacy.
Well, I'm thinking we've got a new one for Sucker Punch, but... You know what's funny is, I think I already have all these guys. But it came with...
the original?
It came with this, yeah. But it lets you play Baby Doll. And then you get Marcus Dieter. And that was one of the crossovers from, I want to say...
Peter Constant?
It was the vampire game. What's the vampire game?
Which one?
The one that you like. Vampire Hunters?
Hunters?
Yeah. He's the crossover from Vampire Hunters.
Oh.
Yep, see?
Nice. Nice looking figures.
The Doctor is in.
And lastly, the Mill.
So, Hell Level is the last one. Well, unfortunately, you know, we don't have the packs that... Silicone pack! Aha! They were stuck.
You're panicking already, like, where are the cards?
No, you just have to shake it real quick and see. Alright, so you do have your introduction for this. Visiting Hell Level, Chain Master. Alright. You have the new Sinner. He's a sinner.
Sinner?
You know what this reminds me of? The guys from, kind of, not completely, but the ones in the Beastmaster.
Oh.
That he changes, you know, and they're wearing the... Beastmaster. And then you got your boss monster, which is Chain Master. And apparently he has a dog with a skull head on it. or 2 dogs with skull heads on it.
Man, look at that. Look at that.
He's the chain master. And then you have these guys, the sinners.
Sinners not saints. Oh boy, they're like so tight. Ugh. There you go. Psst, gross.
So at this point, folks, you guys have seen 360-degree views of every miniature in the Kickstarter. You've seen the dice and the additional dice that we got. The only thing that you see
everything
is
in this.
And if you want to see what's in the original Lobotomy, you can go back and look at the original Lobotomy unboxing. I'm not sure in those days if we were doing 360-degree views yet. I mean, that we started at some point, I just don't remember where. If you like what you see, though, I don't know, go to your local store and see if they can get it for you.
See? That's how tight.
They're well packed. He's still trying to get them to fall out. As always, support your local game, and we support
Discover Games in Fayetteville, Georgia.
and Dan Wolf Games in Griffin, Georgia. Game on, everybody.
Game on.